Welcome, everyone, to another fabulous Global Consciousness Summit preview, where we spotlight the most amazing speakers, energy healers, coaches, sponsors, supporters that have come forward to make this event such an amazing event. I have to say it twice. I mean, it is amazing. And to tell you why I am so excited about it and why I think it's such a big deal, I'm going to bring my beautiful partner, Joy Willett, to tell you all about it.
Well, good morning. Hi, Dagmar, and our amazing sponsors here, and everybody. The Global Consciousness Summit is just about to happen. June 18th, between 8 a.m. Pacific time to 2 p.m. Pacific time, with an after party for the VIP pass holders the hour later. We are so thrilled to be unwrapping, and jumping in to this summit that is going to be completely interactive, innovative, and you're just going to have to find out more. So here we go to our wonderful sponsors and guests of this morning's session here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joy. So, one thing that's amazing about this summit is that the moment that Joy and I conceived it, we realized there was just not enough room for every single person to share their expertise to the extent that we wanted to. So we've invited people to support us in any way that they could. What you are about to hear is the wisdom that's brought to you by our sponsors and supporters of this event, who not only come in to be part of this conversation and to co-create the new paradigms of thinking, but they are also bringing with them amazing gifts. So stay tuned to the end of this interview, because Joy will lead us on a journey of discovery of all the goodies that are being given to you to make sure that you continue to up-level your skills and expand in your life. Because why wouldn't we want a bigger, better, bolder? Right? Shiraz is saying yes. So I'm going to start with my dear friend, Shiraz Babu of Energetic Magic. And he is really magical. He knows exactly how to understand where you're being stuck and quickly help you overcome whatever's holding you back. So, Shiraz, tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me on here. This is fun. So I work with coaches and healers that are going through frustration, burnout, causing an echo somehow. Okay, it stopped. Okay. And and that frustration, that burnout is of course affecting your finances, your bank balance is going down. I help you to unlock greater personal freedom, which results in greater personal income, and teach you how to enrich your success while maintaining a calm confidence no matter what's going on in your life. That's me.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. So thank you for coming in, and we'll come back to you in just one moment. I want to just take a few minutes to introduce everyone. So next, I would like to introduce somebody I've met recently, and it's been such a pleasure not to just get to know her and everything that she represents, but as I will tell you later, is to actually use the service that she provides. OMG scored is all I'm going to say. So, Andrea, tell us first about who you are and what you do.
So my name is Andrea Austin, and I have the privilege of being involved with an organization called My Conscious Wellness, which interestingly is a divine orchestration between myself and my beautiful partner, whose passion happens to be around bringing technology to advance consciousness in this world. We are so used to technology doing so many amazing things, but it's not that common for us to realize that it can be used to help support our energy fields, to help us grow. And the advantage is it's easy and can be used 24/7. So this has been, a 13, 14-year labor of love between the two of us, and truly an honor to support and be part of your summit this coming Saturday. Grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Andrea. And now let's bring Bonita Joyoder, humor alchemist. Tell us, Bonita, who you are, what you do, and how you bring your light to the world. Oh,
Can't hear you.
I'm a recovering attorney turned edutainer, humorist. Oh, yeah. And I'm Ruby. Oh, this is my friend Ruby. You know, these are very serious times in the world. It sure is. Laughter is more important than ever. Laughter is one of the quickest ways to shift the energy in a conversation, in a room, to transform it in a nanosecond. Wow! I have a cast of characters such as Ruby who like to pop in and comment. Yeah, I'm kind of doing a disappearing act here. Yeah, I see that.
Ruby, is Ruby coming to the summit?
Oh, you bet your life on it. Yeah. Ruby likes to pop in whenever she gets a chance.
Wonderful. Well, we can't wait to bring Ruby with you and to entertain us while we're talking about big, bold subjects. So thank you, Bonita. Thank you so much. All right. So now that you know amazing people that are coming to our event, let's get to know them a little bit more. I am going to go back to Shiraz because what you do is so fascinating. You have so many client stories that shifted immediately as soon as you were able to show them why they're not progressing. So a lot of that block is emotional, isn't it?
Entirely emotional. So,
Global Consciousness Summit Preview Sponsors Spotlight.
Oh, somebody's
Wow.
writing us while we're talking. Look at that. We're being previewed while we're previewing.
You're in the show.
Well,
Everyone
so
can see
so
and hear you.
let's talk. Tell me more about it. Like how emotions play part in creating a block. Why it is emotional?
we all have different emotions, and each of them operate at different frequencies. So things like shame, guilt, feelings of victimhood, uselessness are the lowest, and then love, gratitude, peace are at the highest level. And your subconscious prioritizes avoiding the lowest level emotions over everything else, including physical circumstances. So people, for instance, may think, okay, I'd like to have a lot more money. But if you lost money and you're still feeling the shame of losing a lot of money, then your brain says, I don't want to ever feel that shame again. So I'm not going to let you make enough money that I can lose it and feel that again. Now, consciously, you're sitting there going, why am I not making money? Unconsciously, you're like, oh, this is good. We don't have to ever worry about shame again because we're not making enough money. And so when you realize that the brain prioritizes emotions over physicality, you'll realize why suddenly you are sick or not having money or always busy all the time. Because if you stop doing that, your brain thinks something really, really bad could happen emotionally.
Shiraz, I have a question for you.
Yes.
And thank you. You said in your opening talk or discussion about yourself, something really struck me. You said you help people get to a place of calm. Tell me
Yes.
a little bit more about what that means, for someone to work with you. How, what is that experience and sort of what is the zip line to that place of calm?
I like that, the zip line. Okay, so when we start working, you start to realize all the stories that you've been taught about how to react, how to think, what's going on, and the biggest one is worrying about what everyone thinks of you. Right? Because so many people are worried. Do I look right? Am I putting on the right front? Am I fitting in? And all of that causes anxiety, causes frustration, takes you to all these different emotions. And I help you to realize all these stories that you've been living in don't actually matter. You can change them in an instant. You can step out of them. And when eventually you just step into this fully present you without worrying what anyone thinks while still doing all sorts of good in the world. And no matter what anyone says or does at that point, you're like, well, that's what you think. That's fine. I'm doing amazing. And you just stay calm. It's fun. Right?
That's a total sense of freedom too, isn't it?
Yes.
Help people to come into that sense of freedom in themselves. Awesome. I love it.
So, Shiraz, you're talking about being calm, and we know that our emotions affect our electromagnetic field.
Hmm.
Some people call it aura. They affect our energy. So, this is where I'm going to throw this question to Andrea. One of the reasons I am so excited about the technology, the quantum alignment service that Andrea is offering, is because it works with our field and it helps us, I would say, even out. So for the last, I think, 2 weeks, or maybe a little bit more, I've been privileged to use that service. And honestly, with all the stress of preparing for the summit and all the busyness, I felt like I had a steady dose of support. So my emotions are calmer and I feel more energetic. Even when I sleep less, for some reason, I've had more energy in the last few weeks than I've had in probably the last 10 years. And all of that through this beautiful service that emits beautiful positive frequencies based on your biofeedback. So your body is actually telling her service what I need. And in return, I receive exactly what will harmonize me. So, Andrea, why don't you tell us a little bit about that technology? Because it's fascinating.
Thank you. And that's a great segue to what Shiraz was talking about. So the way I observe is many of our patterns and our emotions are sitting in our energy field, but we're also equally impacted, right, by the connection or the energy of others. And and I didn't always understand that, but makes so much more sense now. And so, part of the reason that instruments like we work with and others, right, in the world are there to try and strengthen our energy field. You know, we're used to talking about better health, better supplements, all these other factors that make us able to have an easier life, a better life. But what we haven't really consciously talked about as often is how our energy fields or our auric fields are being impacted every day. And so the use of technology or divine sciences or instruments that are much more energy field focused can help us strengthen our field and who we are and what we're doing in the world without having to necessarily have another practice. That doesn't mean we don't have practices, but I see them as augmentation or accelerants in our fields so that we can be more of who we are and not necessarily having to stress about recovering our energy field as often as we might need to otherwise.
So, Andrea, I have a question. I have to jump in here. Since I haven't worked with you or experienced this amazing auric field amplifier or, frequency shifter, tell me what it is. I'm curious. I'm sure everyone listening is too. How does it work?
So there's two specific things that have shown up in our life, but the one I'll speak to specifically is some very advanced, they're called SKIOs or biofeedbacks. They're used by tons of practitioners around the globe. Very effective in helping read the energy field and then tell the practitioner what's needed. Very advanced, but the downside was that they needed a practitioner. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it limited their capacity to serve more people more easily. And so what happened 7 years ago is my partner, Bill Little, sort of got the divine inspiration to be able to automate these in systems so we could augment or use them with more individuals. So we actually created 2 quantum data centers where a number of these technologies were actually gifted to us. That's the sign we were on the right track, because on average for an individual, they're anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 to be able to acquire. And what happened was the vision to create these centers so that we're dealing with remote distance energy services, right?
Mhm.
That tune into you once a day, but can also be used on demand. And so we
which
created,
I've been using,
right?
by the way, very demandingly, if that's even a word, right? Beautiful. You can request for sleep. You can request for your auric cleaning. Uh, Absolutely amazing. If you want to know more about this energy tool, the frequency tool, you will have to come to our Global Consciousness Summit. In fact, when we feel boosted, when we feel good, we are in joy. And that is a good segue to Bonita Joy.
Well,
So,
hello. It's me. You see my aura? Yeah, I do see something kind of around your head.
yes, we can see Ruby's aura. She's coming in and out, and there is a green glow around her. So I think she's doing okay today.
Yeah, that's my aura.
So, Bonita, let's talk about the frequency of joy. You said you're a recovering
Attorney.
lawyer.
Liar, not a
Lawyer,
liar.
yes.
Not a liar, Ruby. A lawyer. What's the difference?
So, how does a recovering lawyer fall into the frequency of joy and makes it her mission to cheer us up in the world? Why humor? Why is it so important?
Well, Dagmar, when I was practicing law full time, a lot of times people would come in wanting to get even. They were angry, wanted to get revenge. And the vibration of that energy didn't feel good to me. It feels better to help be a super spreader of joy, which is my middle name. And in this time, it's more important than ever when we have a pandemic, a war, inflation, whatever worries are, because when people are laughing, it helps bring them into a vibration of joy. Humor is a gateway drug to joy. Oh, well, something like that. But it does shift the energy. You know, if you're laughing or smiling, it's hard to be worried. It's hard to feel angry. And not that there's not a place to have your feelings, but don't wallow in them. I see. I'm disappearing. That's my magic act. I didn't know you were a magician too. Yeah.
Yes, Ruby is very magical. She comes in and out as she needs to. So I'm going to just ask you one more question. One of the reasons we were so delighted to bring you to our summit is because a lot of people think spirituality is such a
Serious.
somber.
Serious.
Yes, yes, and I actually have a lot of fun. A lot of people who listen to their spirit team or their soul guiding them in life, we realize that the other realms, if we can put it that way, are actually very humorous and they like to have fun. So, how do you feel about spirituality and fun? Do they go together?
Oh, yes, they do. Here's the thing, most of the spiritual teachers I have encountered or been in dialogue with, listened to, have a great sense of humor. It often comes out in their storytelling. I mean, if you think of some of like the Sufi masters who love to tell stories and personal anecdotes, there's often a sense of humor. But in every tradition, I'm a Mennonite preacher's kid growing up. So I grew up in a religious environment. And trust me, you're a PK? Yeah, a PK. But trust me, if a preacher in the pulpit uses humor, it will draw more attention. The congregants will listen more. It's kind of like that oxygen mask announcement on Southwest Airlines, where if you think there might be something funny coming, you'll pay more attention. That's for sure. Otherwise, Otherwise, it's just boring. Oh, yeah.
Well, we not gonna be boring at the Global Consciousness Summit. I guarantee that. Number one is because we have these amazing speakers and experts coming in, and because Ruby will graciously attend as well to provide her commentary throughout the program. So thank you so much. And by the way, you all came forward with amazing gifts. So Shiraz, what is your gift for this summit?
On July 1st, I'm doing a 3-hour workshop. Starts at 1 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me. And it's called Refuel Your Ambitions. So what I've found with a lot of people that have been going through periods of frustration and not getting the things they want out of life is they've gradually lowered their ambitions so that they can feel it's more achievable. But when you're lowering your ambitions, then you're lowering your results. So we're going to get you re-energized, get your ambitions back up, get your intentions and happiness and everything back up to where it should be, so the results come out and people come out of this class transformed. Because it's not just education; I work directly with people in the workshop.
Shiraz, I have a question for you. If someone can't make that specific date, will there be a recording that they can access?
They can have the choice to sign up and get the recording, or come the first Friday of August instead.
Okay,
So-
wonderful.
Wonderful. Awesome. Andrea, how about you? What is your special juicy gift to our audience?
So there was the VIP gift is actually a chance to experience the quantum alignment service that Dagmar spoke to. So for everybody that chooses to purchase a VIP and they're interested, they can access that service for 90 days to tune in and decide whether that's something they wish to incorporate in their lives. And then there was a second gift for everyone that joins the summit, which is a set of soul tones or personal frequencies made from the voice, which was the first tool I ever used 10 years ago and excited to share with people.
This is so generous, Andrea. Oh my goodness, for all of you who are watching, I am a walking testimony. Trust me, my life was a mess getting ready for the summit. And then I met Andrea and I am back, just like Schwarzenegger. So you have to try this. And now let's talk about our humorist, Ruby. Ruby, what you got for us?
A humor journal. A humor journal with 10 humor writing prompts to help you recognize the fun and funny, the authentic things that happen in your day-to-day life. So you can bring them into your awareness, your consciousness, and your business if you want, to help engage your people, your tribe. Yeah. That's important. Just having that intention to embrace a humorous mindset. And for the VIPs, I'm offering a humor salon, an online class where we will talk about humor.
That sounds
Yeah. Let's not just talk about it. Oh.
That's wonderful, Benita. They are all these gifts, by the way, are so special. Thank you all. And the theme that we've been picking up in is they help to elevate energy. So speaking also about tribe, come to the Global Consciousness Summit. You are going to experience an amazing array of speakers, our sponsors, and you as the attendees to come find your tribe, get connected, and get elevated with everything going on this Saturday, June 18th, 8 a.m. Pacific to 2 p.m. Pacific. You're going to love it. We are too. We can hardly wait. Right, Dagmar?
Yes, you have to hop on it. Only $57 before June 18th if you buy the VIP pass. Right now, the value of that pass is reaching $5,000. I think we all lost our minds. So if you haven't bought it, Shiraz is like, what? Yes, over $5,000 in gifts from our speakers, sponsors, and supporters. So it's no brainer. We will see you tomorrow for another preview with the sponsors of the event, and we invite you to hop on the summit this Saturday, and we can't wait to see you there. Cheers, everyone! Until tomorrow.